just for kids. A world of adventure and stories too. It's dream time.
Elphie and Fluff, come on, it's time for bed.
We're right here, Nana.
Well, there you both are. Did you brush your teeth?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, where's my hug?
One hug coming up.
I see you, Fluff. I didn't forget you, pup. So, how was your day?
Oh, Nana, it was a beautiful day. Did you see all the flowers outside?
I sure did, sweetheart. And I can smell them, too. I love the smell of the fresh hyacinths that are growing outside. Spring is here. The birds were singing, butterflies are out, and all of the wonderful flowers are beginning to bloom. So, are you ready for story time?
Yes, please, Nana. We're getting tired. Let's have a story about spring.
Well, in that case, it's time to get Stan, the storybook man. Now, tuck yourselves in bed and close your eyes.
Stan. Who is Stan?
Oh, you'll see. But first, I need to shake the dream globe. Are you ready? Here we go.
Well, good crowd. What a good evening, everyone.
Wow! Boy, Nana, you are full of surprises this evening. Who are you?
Oh, well, I'm Stan, the storybook man, and I'm here to read you your bedtime story.
Wow! Welcome, Stan. Where are you from?
Well, Elphie, I live in a small village in the Nordic region of the world called Elfdorn Village. It's a wonderful place you can only travel to in your dreams. Now, we can discuss more about Elfdorn at a later time, young man. But for now, close your eyes and snuggle in bed, because tonight's story will be best suited for those spring months. I'm going to start reading to you the first part of Peter Rabbit.
Oh, I love Peter Rabbit.
The Tale of Peter Rabbit by Beatrix Potter. Once upon a time, there were 4 little rabbits, and their names were Floppy, Moppy, Cottontail, and Peter. They lived with their mother in a sandbank underneath the root of a very high, big fir tree. "Now, my dears," said Mrs. Rabbit one morning, "you may go into the fields or down the lane, but don't go into Mr. McGregor's garden. Your father had an accident there. He was put in a pie by Mrs. McGregor. Now run along and don't get into mischief. I'm going out." Then old Mrs. Rabbit took a basket and her umbrella and went through the wood to the baker's. She bought a loaf of brown bread and 5 currant buns. Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail, who were good little bunnies, went down to the lane to gather blackberries. But Peter, who was very naughty, ran straight away to Mr. McGregor's garden and squeezed under the gate. First, he ate some lettuce and some French beans, and then he ate some radishes. And then, feeling rather sick, he went to look for some parsley. But round the end of the cucumber frame, whom he should meet but Mr. Gregor. Mr. Gregor was on his hands and knees planting out young cabbages, but he jumped up and ran after Peter, waving a rake and calling out, "Stop, thief!" Peter was most dreadfully frightened. He rushed all over the garden, for he had forgotten the way back
you
to the
little
gate.
rascal.
He lost one of his shoes coming among the cabbages, and the other shoe amongst the potatoes. And after losing them, he ran on 4 legs and went faster, so that I think he might have gotten away altogether, but if he had not unfortunately ran into the gooseberry net and got caught by the large buttons on his jacket. It was a blue jacket with brass buttons, and quite new. Peter gave himself up for lost and shed big tears. But his sobs were overheard by some friendly sparrows who flew to him in great excitement and implored him to exert himself. Mr. McGregor came up with a sieve, which he intended to pop upon the top of Peter, but Peter wrinkled out just in time, leaving his jacket behind him, and rushed into the tool shed and jumped into a can. It would have been a beautiful thing to hide in if it had not had so much water in it. Mr. McGregor was quite sure that Peter was somewhere in the tool shed, perhaps hidden underneath the flower pot. He began to turn them over carefully, looking under each. Presently, Peter sneezed. Kerchoo! Mr. McGregor was after him in no time, and tried to put his foot upon Peter, who jumped out of the window, upsetting the 3 plants. The window was too small for Mr. McGregor,
Oh, you
and
little
he was
rascal.
tired of running after Peter. He went back to his work. Peter sat down to rest, and he was out of breath and trembling with fright.
Oh,
He
you
had
little rascal.
not the least idea which way to go. Also, he was very damp with sitting in that can. After a time, he began to wander about, going lippity-lippity, not very fast, and looking all round. He found a door in a wall, but it was locked, and there was no room for a fat little rabbit to squeeze underneath. An old mouse was running in and out over the stone doorstep, carrying peas and beans to her family in the wood. Peter asked her the way to the gate, but she had such a large pea in her mouth that she could not answer. She only shook her head at him, and Peter began to cry. Then he tried to find his way straight across the garden, but he became more and more puzzled. Presently, he came to a pond where Mr. McGregor filled his water cans. A white cat was staring at some goldfish. She sat very, very still, but now and then the tip of her tail switched as if it were alive. Peter thought it was best to go away without speaking to her. He had heard about cats from his cousin, little Benjamin Bunny. He went back towards the tool shed, but suddenly, quite close to him, he heard the noise of a horricht scratch, scratch, scritch. Peter sputtered underneath the bushes, but presently, as nothing happened, he came out and climbed upon a wheelbarrow and peeped over. The first thing he saw was Mr. McGregor hoeing onions. His back was turned towards Peter, and beyond him was the gate. Peter got down very quickly and quietly off the wheelbarrow and started running as fast as he could, a long straight walk past some black currant bushes. Mr. McGregor caught sight of him at the corner, but Peter did not care. He slipped underneath the gate and was safe at last in the wood outside the garden. Mr. McGregor hung up the little jacket and the shoes for a scarecrow to frighten the blackbirds. Peter never stopped running or looking behind him till he got home to the big fir tree. He was so tired that he flopped down upon the nice soft sand on the floor of the rabbit hole and shut his eyes. His mother was busy cooking. She wondered what she had done with his clothes. It was the second little jacket and pair of shoes that Peter had lost in a fortnight. I'm sorry to say that Peter was not very well during the evening. His mother put him to bed and made some chamomile tea, and she gave a dose of it to Peter. 1 tablespoonful to be taken at bedtime. But Floppy, Mopsy, and Cottontail, well, they had bread and milk and blackberries for supper. The end. Well, kiddos, it looks like that's the end of our story tonight. But you get some good rest, some good sleep, and Stan will see you back again next week. Bye for now.
Thanks, Stan. That was awesome.
Nana, can you sing us our song?
Hug a bug, bear. When you try to find him, he won't be there. But if you're feeling blue or a little scared, he will always find you, Mr. Hug-a-Bug Bear.
Well, good night, my little apple dumplings. I love you.
I love you too, Nana. Good night.